up, guys? So today's fragrance review is actually going to be a very exciting one for me because I wanted to work with this individual for quite some time. This is actually one of the veterans of the game. And that person is the rock star of the fragrance community, Mr. Gray Flannel himself. We all know who that is now, Dan MyMickers. So Dan, thank you so very much for asking me to do this video with you. Normally it's the other way around, but Dan actually asked me to do the video. I was very touched, very surprised, and I'm truly honored. So Dan, thank you. Enough with the kissing ass. Let's just get into the video right now. And the review that we're going to be doing is from Acqua di Gio, and that is, well, sorry, as you can tell, I'm very excited. Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio Profumo. So this is actually the flanker to the original that came out in 1996. This came out in 2015. The bottle, this is a 5 ml splash bottle. Not exactly crazy about the splash bottles, but the bottle itself is very similar looking to this. I think the only difference is maybe the cap's going to be a little bit different of a color. But the representation of like the scent itself is actually supposed to symbolize the freshness of black rocks merging with the intense waves of the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm not exactly sure if that really captures it, but it does. It sounds pretty good to me. But before I get into the notes or my thoughts, Dan, let us know your thoughts.
Hello, my fellow fume heads. I'm Dan from YouTube channel MyMickers, and I'm here today to thoroughly rock Chad's world. Can you handle it, buddy? First off, I'd like to say thank you for having me be on board, a part of this collaboration. It's about damn time we get one done. That's right, and I'm pretty pumped because we're talking about something that's near and dear to me. Because a lot of you may know that Acqua di Gio is one of my favorite fragrances. That's where it all started, man. And you can make fun of me all you want, tease me, I don't care, do it. I love it. Just kidding. But I can remember back in the 90s sniffing this for the first time. That magazine, the sample on the inside, taking a whiff and just going, oh my God, what is this? What magical concoction is this? Heaven to my nose. And I knew, I'm like, yep, I'm going to the store. This is going to be my scent for sure. And that's what I did. And that's pretty much what I wore up until, you know, the whole fragrance hobby, madness, craziness started. And to this day, after all these years, I still think Acqua di Gio was one of the best aquatics out there. Whatever they did and how they did it, putting those notes together and what they use, nothing like it. One in a million. It's a best-selling fragrance for a reason because it's damn good. Man, awesome stuff. So today we're talking about Profumo. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Love the bottle too. That black bottle is cool as hell. So did they do the scent justice? And I gotta tell you, this is what I gotta say about Profumo. Holy hot frickin' damn. I love this stuff. Crazy about it. Insane. It's freaking fantastic. So, okay, I gotta calm down just a little bit. Today I'm actually gonna be talking about all three because you really gotta talk about Essenza, the original, and Profumo. All of them have that same DNA, that marine aquatic vibe that Acqua di Gio has, that magic that I absolutely love. They all have that. Now, what you get with Profumo, you get a little bit of extra added little goodies in there. You get incense, and you get that fresh patchouli that I absolutely love. So, do I love adding incense and fresh patchouli to my beloved Acqua di Gio? You bet your ass I do. Holy crap, it's awesome. Now, when I'm talking about incense, I'm not talking about like Montal's full incense, niche incense, fragrance in your face. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a soft touch of it, just to warm this fragrance up, darken it up a little bit, give it a little more balls to it, a little more manliness. And it's freaking fantastic. They did it beautiful. Awesome. And this one, Profumo, is for me the most powerful of them all. This is the one that I get the best longevity, the best projection, the fruity citrus aspect of Profumo is more lush. So I love that. Now that's not to say that I still don't love the original Acqua di Gio. They all have their place. The Acqua di Gio is the airy cousin. It's just the fresh sea air coming at ya. Profumo is like that same sea air coming at ya, but it's like a couple hippies sitting out on the beach in front of that sea, and they got the lingering of incense and patchouli on them. And then where Essenza is different, Essenza starts out a little bit more floral. You know, Acqua di Gio's got that jasmine. It's got other light floral notes in there, rosemary, geranium. But, you know, when you hear the word floral, and I say Acqua di Gio Essenza is a little bit more floral, for me, that word floral can scare the crap out of me, and I run. I'm out of here. Hell with that. But this is not like a feminine floral. It's like a masculine floral, like a soapy floral. Still comes off excellent, not feminine, mixes beautifully with that aquatic vibe at the top. Great stuff. Love it in here. But after a little bit of time, that floral comes down, and then it really resembles the original Acqua di Gio, just more powerful. But you also get a little bit of pepper coming in, a little bit of spice. And you also get a little bit of green vetiver coming in. So do I love that? You bet your ass I do. Love that. I love the little nuances in all of these scents and what they have to deliver. For me, being an Acqua di Gio fan, I definitely want all three of these bottles in my collection because I feel it warrants that. There's differences between them that are awesome. You know, if you love Acqua di Gio, like I do, I highly suggest, if you haven't checked out Essenza or Profumo, you check them out because the nuances they add are just fantastic. Did it brilliantly again. Man, great stuff. But like I said, the original Acqua di Gio is the least powerful. Essenza, a step up, and Profumo being the most powerful of them all. And I would say Profumo actually is more like a typical designer, 6 to 8 hours. And then I would put Essenza around the same 6 hours. And then Acqua di Gio I'd put at 4 to 6 hours with the projection going up as well. You really get noticed with Profumo, at least I did, and compliments for sure. I mean, the main vibe of this is Acqua di Gio flowing through it. So, of course, you're going to get compliments. So, yeah, fantastic ride. Fun stuff. And I don't know what Chad's going to say. So, you better say something good, buddy, or I'm not going to be your friend.
Okay, so the top notes on this fragrance, you got bergamot and sea notes, with the mid being geranium, rosemary, and sage, and the base is patchouli and incense. What I pretty much get from the opening is I pretty much really get that bergamot, a very zesty bergamot with a lot of the sea notes. Then when the bergamot leaves, the sea notes are still very prominent in there, but the geraniums do come into play. The geraniums are like, the sea notes and the geraniums are pretty much 50-50. One's not overlapping the other. It's a very well blended fragrance. But when the sea notes leave, that's when the incense comes into play, and the geraniums actually take a backseat. They're more in the background. This fragrance is pretty much a very fresh, clean out of the shower with a lot of zest and just a lot more intense. I think it's a great fragrance. It's definitely casual. When it comes to occasions, I would wear this one for work, school, going out, like a casual outing, you know? And definitely just for something that's just a day-to-day. Like if you want like a regular, casual signature scent, I think that this will definitely do it. Any age could definitely pull this one off, from high school to an older guy that's like 75, hell, even 90 years old. Seasons, spring and summer, absolutely. You know, I've tested, unfortunately, when I tested this one out, it's actually been winter time. So longevity was actually 8 to 9 hours. So it's not exactly intense when it comes to the longevity. Projection was a little hard to gauge because it is wintertime when I tried this one out, or testing it out. You know, I have worn this like once or twice when I got this sample. I think it was maybe September, October. But testing it out, I've been pretty much testing it out for the last 4 or 5 days, and projection, unfortunately, it's too hard for me to gauge. Cost-wise, here up here in Canada, the Bay, maybe Sears Canada, I'm not sure exactly if Sears Canada sells this one, but the Bay, you're going to spend between $110 and $140 for this fragrance. Online, it's between $105 and about $125, $130. That's $105 on FragranceNet with the coupon code. You're pretty much paying for the name. Any Giorgio Armani fragrance really is not going to be all that much cheaper, including this one. Plus, this one just came out last year, so it's really not going to be that cheap. Didn't ask any thoughts, but I could definitely see this one being a people's pleaser, a crowd pleaser, and just definitely something that the overall masses are going to enjoy. So final thoughts on this one. I think it's a great casual fragrance. I think it's definitely worth the money. You know, if you want just like 1 or 2 summer fragrances, I think that this would be a great choice, a perfect choice for that person out there. So again, that's it. Dan, thank you very much for doing the video with me. Again, I was very touched. You know, I'm kissing ass just right now. I'm rambling on, so I'm just going to end it saying that is our take of Giorgio Armani's Profumo, Acqua di Gio Profumo. Again, guys, thank you, take care, and bye.